got mail.
Hi, I'm Millie Tamaris.
And I'm Elise Morales.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Elise and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you can do literally anything else with your time.
Literally anything else. And if you like what you hear today and you want to hear more, we have a Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past this week on the Patreon. It's kind of a companion episode to our free feed episode today. We're talking about the red-pilled men who have appeared on Love Island and the Ultimatum. Yes. And it's juicy. It's very juicy. Very interesting. And you don't have to have watched Love Island or the Ultimatum to listen to it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched the Ultimatum and I didn't finish this season of Love Island, which I talk about.
Yeah,
in the episode.
but the red pill's there, and we jam it right, pack tight, like Andrew Tate's pants.
Mhm.
Speaking of Andrew Tate's pants, you can check us out on YouTube, where we have full video episodes up every week. Guys, we really are doing it this time.
Mhm.
They're really up there. Our YouTube is growing.
Mhm.
We love
Same day as the app.
Same day as the app. We're getting great feedback on it, guys. Check us out there.
And speaking of things that you should check out, I have a personal plug to start the episode today. My original play that was also like kind of written by William Shakespeare, but like whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Whatever. He's like involved. He's attached to the project. He's attached.
He's been dead for centuries.
The point is, my play, A Midsummer Night's Dream Year, is going up at the Little Shakespeare Festival at Under St. Mark's Theater. We've got 3 dates: August 7th at 9, August 13th at 6:30, and August 15th at 2 p.m. Millie is in it.
I am in it.
She plays a fairy.
I play a fairy.
And so if you're in New York, you can come see it IRL. If you aren't in New York, there are live stream tickets available. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll find the ticket link. And I would love if you came and checked it out. Okay. Speaking of something else that you should check out. I know I just did that twice, but it applied.
It's okay.
It applied both times.
It's still legal in America.
For now.
For now.
Trump
Trump hasn't taken that away from us yet.
Only original segues.
Only original segues. Trump is in AI psychosis. He better not. He better
not.
the fuck not. And you better check out
our guest, who is here today. He's a comedian and the lead singer of Garrett and the Bad Boys.
Yes.
He is here to promote his new album, Heavy Naturals. Please welcome Garrett Williams.
Thank you. Yes.
Woo.
Heavy Naturals coming out August 14th.
August 14th. Wow.
Yeah, so I do want to confront you and say you are taking my identity as someone with heavy natural titties.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
How fucking dare you?
Listen, it's a celebration of
Heavy
Heavy
Naturals.
Naturals. Of course.
Okay.
Of
okay.
course.
Of course.
And
As it better be.
The gay guys and women love big boobs. Everyone should love
I
big
think
boobs.
straight guys like big boobs too.
I don't know.
Famously.
I think
Sometimes.
what was the someone said this to Allison the other day. My co-host of my podcast, Decadence Pod, of course.
Mhm.
I'm going to plug that
Your
as well.
Yeah,
wife.
absolutely.
My wife. That liking big boobs gives Republican.
It does.
A little
I
bit,
said
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
That's in my thing about Republican titties.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney, classic.
Sydney Sweeney.
Example of Republican titties.
Well,
But is Jessica Rabbit? Is she Republican?
I don't know because her
I don't
husband's
know.
a rabbit. So
Yeah, that's the thing is like she's kind of doing
Yeah,
a
it's like-
Christina Hendricks thing where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's a bodacious redhead or whatever, but she has an
nice
all,
ass and,
well,
like,
yeah.
curvaceous
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah, it's not all top.
It is pretty titty forward, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say out of every Disney character, we're seeing the most of her breasts.
But
Surely.
she has hips and a butt
Of
too.
course.
Mhm.
So I'm just saying, kind of cancels it out. And she is woke by virtue of being in a marriage with a rabbit.
Of course.
Mhm.
And she's like very proud of her man. So I don't think she's Republican.
Yeah.
But there are other cartoon characters with big titties with Republicans that I would make the argument are more Republican than Jessica Rabbit.
Thank you.
But speaking of Republicans, Garrett.
Your album.
Garrett, you're a popping comedian with a healthy TikTok following and an Instagram following.
Thank
You're
you.
here again to promote your EP, Heavy Naturals, which we did talk about. I did call you in about the offensive title, Taking My Culture, but we'll
course.
move on. But I want you to tell us about what's the EP about, what's the vision, and did the internet play a role in it? I mean, I think it did. I feel like it might be Grindr blinded. But...
Yeah, of course. Well, it's gay guy rock music. It is
Wow.
it's gay Tenacious D.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we released our first single this past Friday called Fell Asleep.
Exciting. How's the response? How's the engagement?
Been great. You know what? Well, we did the music video as well that came out, and it's the universal experience of falling asleep during sex.
Oh, during sex.
During sex,
Okay.
of course. Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Oh, interesting.
That has not, but, you know.
Hey, listen.
Women are serving a different purpose.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I've never fallen asleep like during the actual act. Like the actual PIV part, but I have fallen asleep.
PIV.
You know,
Straight, you gotta learn the
I know.
straight lingo.
You're in our good.
Thank you.
I've never fallen asleep
Private is
during PIV because I'm sort of being jolted awake.
Of course,
I'm like, yeah, there's no way you could sleep with the sweatiest person throbbing on you for 2 minutes.
But I've dozed out during like, you know, the sides during the side during the sides.
The side classes.
Yeah,
The side
during
class.
the apps.
Yeah.
During dessert, even.
Okay, so gay guys are fucking and falling asleep all the time?
Well, me specifically, I think. So I have.
So you have narcolepsy.
I'm just exhausted.
Yeah.
I have been. I've been laying down. I've been one on top, but someone was on top of me, and he had to tap my face awake and be like, "Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up." I go, "Oh." Okay.
Sorry, it's like vinyasa when at the end of a yoga class.
Of course, no, it's
you
really.
just fall asleep.
Well, I'm like an American Girl doll.
Okay, and
when I lay down, my eyes shut.
Yeah.
Oh, in what way? I'm like, in what way are you like an American Girl doll? When you lay down, your eyes shut. Okay,
That's beautiful.
Get some shut eye.
I am so tired that it just kind of happened.
Did the internet have anything to do with the album, or is it just about the realistic narcoleptic view of you fucking and falling asleep?
Of course.
Are you being rude to your sexual partners?
You know what? In a way, yes. I don't know. I think the internet. I mean, I found the influences of the album through the internet. Like Bridget Everett, big influence on me. Kat Cohen, of course, big influence on me. So it's like those were the ways that like kind of seeped in like comedically. They influenced me, which I think is extremely important. And now that's how people find stuff now is all through the internet.
It's all through the internet. I know we have a whole show about it.
Totally. Okay, so let's take it back now to when you were first getting into creating. I know you were like living in Chicago, making videos during the pandemic with friends. Millie described it in our doc as sort of a content house of sorts.
Yes,
so tell us about your like content house origins.
Yes. So I was living at the time with my friends Colin Rourke and True Walters, and I just gotten dumped. Boo. But I was like, I also didn't have a job. And so I was like, well.
But honestly, such fertile ground creately.
Can you imagine?
I mean, whatever. Look at what Shakespeare made whenever the fuck.
And
yeah. Exactly. My King Lear. King Lear was a series of TikTok videos. Which is amazing. But no, I was just like, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to let's write and shoot shoot videos the whole time. So it was awesome. And so you get to like sit there, do writer's room and be like, okay. Because we forget that every good comedy idea, there's like 100 that are horrible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so you do have to try out 100 of them to be like, okay, this is the good one.
Yeah.
And it gets sharper and sharper over time, of course. But you do like sitting there writing every day, be like, okay, I have 10 ideas. I'm going to flesh all of them out and be like, this is the one that we're going to do. It's very helpful to be able to.
Do you remember the first one that like popped off where you were like, oh my God, we did it. We cracked the algo.
What happened though was right when COVID started, we cracked the algo and we were like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Not
this
doing
is just
that
going to happen
again.
every time. Yeah.
Literally. And then we took it. So it goes, oh, well, about 8 months to be like, we should probably get back to this, huh? So, but it's so interesting. You can have you can think you have the best idea in the world and everyone's going to love it and no one will respond to it. And you can think something so stupid and it will be your biggest thing in the world. So it's like, you can't really, cracking the algo is so hard. You kind of have to focus on what you like.
Yeah,
isn't that hard?
I know, it sucks.
Doesn't it suck that the answer is to follow your dreams and passion?
Yeah.
There's not a shortcut that makes you immediately famous or instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
okay. Well,
Well,
I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Anyway, I don't feel like doing the rest of the episode anymore. So
Thank you, Garrett. We'll all check it out depending on your opinions today.
Thank you. Yes. Which will all be perfect and won't have any problems.
yeah, exactly.
And we'll cut the ones that aren't. We won't. I will forget. I need you to buckle up.
Okay,
can't wait.
I'm
'Cause
buckling.
We're gonna go on a fucking journey.
I
We're gonna go on a ride
Okay.
with today's discourse. So much is going on in the world. We can't keep up.
No.
Trump has been posting 40 AI pictures in a day.
Yeah.
I swear to God, 40
Yeah.
AI pictures
Yeah.
about him winning the war. All the pictures that he posted are about him winning the war.
Yeah.
We can't cover that because it's like just so loaded.
He posted what had to be an AI cartoon today. I
Like-
accidentally saw it.
The Rick and Morty one?
Yeah, it's him flying around
Very odd,
with
huh?
JD Vance. It's sort of Rick and Morty. There's something going
And
on.
he is Morty.
He's himself.
Yeah, they're both themselves.
Yeah, he was himself.
They're themselves, but it's in the Rick and Morty style, kind of, and they are flying around.
Do you think Trump has watched Rick and Morty?
I think this is a Stephen Miller project.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that maybe Barron's
Barron.
said something about it to him. Barron's been like, Dad, you got to do Rick and Morty stuff. Like, my people will like it. And he's like, good job, my tall son.
Oh, well, that's a great impression. And that's great to bring up Barron Trump.
Yep.
That's a great segue into how we're going to start today's episode. Because
Okay.
today we're going to talk about red pill ideas, a manosphere, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And why are we talking about it? Because, well, first, if you don't know anything, this podcast is for people who don't know anything about the internet,
Mhm.
right? And again, this is a companion piece to our latest Patreon app. But if you're unaware, the red pill is this ideology that's sourced from the Matrix, where in the Matrix, Neo is given two choices, the red pill or the blue pill. The blue pill is everything stays the way it is, and the red pill is you're awakened to the truth of humanity and you live a more authentic life, but it's harder and all this stuff, right?
It's either like you stay in the Matrix or you choose to see the Matrix for what it is.
So, exactly. So when people use red pill today, it's in conjunction with this idea of the manosphere and that awakening. The harsh truth that they're awakening to is that modern society and feminism oppresses men.
Mm-hmm.
And online communities use this to promote rigid gender roles and self-optimization. But of course, it's all misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to go through some of the ideologies that people, again, we have to say, Go Touch Grass does not believe in red pill ideology, and where we hope Garrett doesn't.
And me
there's no
either,
way
by
to
the
do
way.
it.
But I've already been called Republican.
Yeah. Well, I want to go through just some of the different frameworks that these people use
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to pop up. Because what's happening is, do I believe in red pill shit? No. Do I think men are oppressed by feminism? No. But a lot of fucking people do. One of those people being Barron Trump. That's how the Tates came to America, because Barron told his daddy, you gotta see what they're saying online about women. These guys are gonna love you.
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta know what they're saying and how these guys are thinking. And we'll just go from here. So one belief, and I want to hear your live reaction.
Please.
As a straight woman and as a gay man, what do you think about, is there an way?
How are these ideas hitting us?
Hitting us.
Great.
So there's gynocentrism,
Okay.
which is a
Love it. Immediately loving that.
Right? So it is a central belief that modern Western society is inherently gynocentric, meaning it's structured to favor women while marginalizing men.
Oh.
How is that landing on you about the realities of America today?
Well, I will say that I'm struggling with it in the sense that most medicine isn't tested on women. They don't know what's going to happen to us if we take it.
Most medicine isn't even tested on women of color.
Yeah. Well, we're getting granular with that.
Sorry.
So that's kind of problematic to me. I mean, literally, like, society is not. If society was actually gynocentric and organized around women, we would get off once a month for our periods. Everything would be like organized. I've read stuff about how the world is organized in this very masculine way, which is this idea of like we always work the same hours every day, and it's always kind of like this forward moving thing. Whereas if things were centered around women, it would be more about phases and moving in and out and being like, for a week you work very hard, and then for this week you are creative, and then this week you rest. So it's like I wish that was the case, but I don't know.
And how is this landing on you?
Well, I just don't know how you can look at how society is set up and come to that realization. I think you know what I mean? It's like there's no woman president. Like it's like I don't understand. I genuinely think though I don't really know a ton about the manosphere at all, but I do think this is a group of people who are like frustrated with their own lives and are trying to find a way that's like, it's not my fault, it's their fault.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to kind of be the echoing thing that I'm taking away from this.
Yeah.
And we just hit the first point.
Yeah, we're at point number 1 and we're like,
point number 1. So here's another thing that I want to hear if you guys land on this about the reality. And again, straight woman, gay man. So this is a major core tenet of the manosphere, and it's called hypergamy and the sexual marketplace. So red pill communities often utilize highly deterministic, pseudoscience-backed ideas about attraction. They propagate the belief that most women are hypergamous. Naturally, like in the way that women are animals, the manosphere people believe that women are naturally seeking to mate with the highest status, most physically attractive, and financially successful men, leaving the majority of average men at a severe disadvantage. How is that landing for you? Do you feel like straight women are naturally fucking successful, attractive guys?
I mean, man, we said this on the Patreon, but not in my life.
No.
Not in my world. That hasn't traditionally been the case. I mean, well, first of all, to me, I'm like, doesn't that go both ways? Like, most men are trying to fuck the most attractive woman. Like, yeah, most people are going to feel some type of way if they see someone who is extremely physically attractive based on like the beauty standards that they have grown up in. But I think we all also have seen women in particular often will date guys who don't have any of those qualities at all. I mean, like we said, Jessica Rabbit's, she's dating a rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit's gone to a different species.
Yeah.
Okay? And when we're talking about there's no room for average men, excuse me, King of Queens ran for 10 seasons? You're telling me, nah, dog, get the fuck out of here.
It is so that does feel like almost the opposite, again, the opposite of what is actually happening. Like, I feel like we are told, the King of Queens, we're told that like kind of the most average guy
should date.
Yeah.
Fucking bombshell. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also like a common meme trope, whatever, that people are like, you know, hot girl and her boyfriend, and it's always like she's dressed to the nines, whatever, and the guy is, who is that guy? What's his deal? Why? So I just feel like what is actually seen out in society way more often completely disproves this, but it kind of goes back to what you were saying before, which is just like, I don't know how you can be like actually engaging with the world as it is and believe any of this stuff.
Yeah,
like,
but you know, again, it's these guys who have a hard time maybe dating or whatever, and they're like, it's everyone else's fault. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through all the subgroups of the manosphere.
Oh, God.
And I want you to I'll just go through them really quickly, and anything that sticks out to you at the end, I want to hear reactions.
And then let's say which one we would join.
Yeah.
If we had to.
And I can't wait to, the language, the names have been so fascinating.
Yeah.
They're doing something new with language.
They're doing something new with language, but again, why are we talking about this? Because we need to know the terms, because this shit pops up, and if you don't know what they're saying, that you don't know the interesting things, you're not going to recognize it.
I think it's like an interesting thing where they want to make it seem scientific. It's almost like the misogyny version of eugenics, where it's like they want to couch it in all this like fake research and pseudoscience just to get to the actual core misogyny thing, which is that women suck.
Yeah.
Or whatever, which is like eugenics was just using a bunch of science to be like, And black people are worse than white people. Like,
their heads are small.
Yeah, exactly, because of the shape of their skull or whatever the fuck. So it's like, it feels like the same, where it's like creating fake science just to get to your like base ass conclusion, which is like, this group that I don't like, I don't like them for a reason.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell me which ones you guys would join in the Manosphere subgroup.
Perfect.
So we have right now, we have PUAs, which are pickup artists, communities focused on learning manipulative tactics, emotional dominance, and strategies to game or seduce women. So that's pickup artists.
Thank you.
Then we have MRAs, which is men rights activists, groups focusing on legal or systemic issues they believe disadvantage men, such as family courts and custody battles.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have MGTOW, which is men going their own way. A movement of men who choose to completely opt out of romantic relationships and marriage, believing that modern dating laws are inherently stacked against them.
Okay.
Then we have incels, which are involuntary celibates, which is a nihilistic and highly fatalistic group that often uses the black pill concept, believing that their romantic failures are entirely predetermined by immutable physical or biological factors.
Wow.
And then I guess let's just go to the other ones where there's the rhetoric, right, which is alpha versus beta hierarchies. Men are strictly categorized into a hierarchy where alpha males are dominant and desirable, while beta males are viewed as weak and unsuccessful. And then the looks maxing trend, which is an offshoot of all of that, that encourages men to obsess over optimizing their physical appearance in order to higher their sexual market value.
Yeah.
So this is when we're getting
clavicular.
We're getting face smashing, bone smashing, peptides, steroids, all that bullshit. That's looks maxing. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm an alpha.
Alphas across the board. I'm just trying to think what.
Okay, men going their own way.
Men going their own way.
know.
I've been to some of those parties. It's like that. Those are gay guys.
Yeah, that's okay.
So that's a
women,
gay guy.
actually.
Is a man going his own way.
It's just us boys tonight, huh?
I know. It's like,
Why are we all laid on top of each other?
Yeah, I'm kind of torn between pickup artists and men going their own way, because those are the two where even if I don't, agree with them, at least they're trying to take action about this situation. Incels are so like, oh, nobody will fuck me because I was born with a bad face. And it's like so many people with bad faces are getting fucked, you loser.
that never stops.
Yeah, and they're not even rich.
And they're
not even rich.
I know, back to it does feel like a lot of my female friends that have boyfriends or partners that are male. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you're doing charity work. You
it's common to see.
It's like you are much better than he is.
But that takes getting offline. And if you get offline and you meet, because again, the reality is it's not black and white, it's gray. And somebody might be short and broke, but they have a good personality, or they might be this and might be that. And like, that's when you get into the charity work of it all.
Totally.
But if you're online and you have these people and these viewpoints and you're having a hard time, you're going to fall susceptible to that.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm trying to decide if I'm men going their own way, or even though the pickup artists are evil, at least they're like, well, I'm going to figure it out still. I want to get laid and I'm going to figure it out.
Pickup artists to me kind of remind me of Hey Mama's Lesbians.
Oh, yes. Can you explain for the listeners what a Hey Mama's lesbian is?
I would be happy to.
LGBTQIA.
A Hey Mama's lesbian is kind of a more masculine presenting lesbian with kind of flat brim hat, baggy jeans, and they're the ones who kind of able to pick up kind of high femme lesbians.
Like the Cricket wireless manager that goes viral on
Exactly,
Instagram.
yes. I am worried that I'm going to be swept up one day by one of them because I do think I'm highly susceptible.
Yeah, well, that's good to know that what pipelines you can fall down.
Of course.
Then you avoid them.
Yeah, that you could be a man going your own way.
Exactly right.
And again, you're talking about how this sounds very gay. That's also why it's interesting to hear your perspective, because a lot of what we talk about is that the way that the internet and like manosphere stuff happens is it prioritizes socialization. Like they only value men's opinions, other like the favor of men. It's all about other men. It's not about like women. Even these guys who are straight are obsessed with looking cool in front of other guys. And that's like their number one thing. hanging out with. They don't even like to hang out with women. They have no curiosity about what they're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like,
I feel like that's the thing I see all the time too, where it's like, you know, a guy will post a picture of Sabrina Carpenter with no makeup and they'll be like, she's catfishing. And then people will respond to that and be like, these guys don't even like women. Like, you're not attracted to women.
Totally.
Yeah.
If you see Sabrina Carpenter without her makeup and you're like, that is not an attractive woman to me. Like, it's like, what, you know, there's
it's
something.
like, she doesn't have naturally bright red lips.
Yeah.
And a yellow and a purple eyelid.
Yeah, completely
like,
pink cheeks, like so round. It's insane. And so it's just, there is something about it where they're obsessed with like sleeping with women and like finding a wife, basically, or like woman that will like commit to them. But they don't like women. They don't want to talk to women. They don't want to be around women. And they don't even seem that attracted to women.
And also, they don't think women should get paid the same or decide anything. So it's just like kind of like, I think you just like men.
Yeah. Well, it is just interesting, this idea that like everything is so hierarchical and like the alphas are this and the betas are this, but then they can't use that to get to a place of like, oh, I should bring something to the table as a person for this relationship. Like,
well, they're bringing their broken jaw with smashed face and whatever peptides or whatever. These groups and that rhetoric is so extreme. But the mindset is very common and very prevalent in modern culture, especially like young boys, starting, you know, Gen Z, but even some millennial guys.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's not to say Gen X or millennials or boomers are not misogynistic. It's just showing up in a different way. And the younger version of misogyny is packaged in this pseudoscience way and making these big claims.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about Jubilee.
Oh my God.
Thank God.
I can't believe this is our first real dive into Jubilee on the pod.
They always pop up for me.
I know.
They always pop up, but we haven't talked about this.
Yeah, I think we've put a pin in Jubilee before and been like, we can't do it. We can't get into Jubilee.
Well, we're doing
it today.
We're not going to go deep dive into Jubilee. We're going to do the broad strokes, right? So Jubilee is an American media company. It's a YouTube channel. It has 10.9 million subscribers as of June 2026.
We take those numbers.
We take those numbers in a
I take 10.9.
Oh, please. A fan is a fan.
Yeah.
And
we're getting heavy naturals to 10.9. 10.9. That's the Go Touch Gas bump. We're getting you to 10.9.
Thank you so much.
Can't do it for ourselves.
Yeah, but that's how it is to be a woman.
20 people who don't like big boobs talk to one person who does.
Yeah.
Is the next video.
Mhm.
Exactly. So again, the purpose of Jubilee's content is to provoke understanding and create human condition across political connection. The purpose of Jubilee's content is to provoke understanding and create human connection across political spectrums. So what happens is they do a lot. Well, they have all these different serious things, but one of them is they get like prominent figures like Pete Buttigieg, but Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk was a big Jubilee guy.
Big Jubilee guy. Sam Cedar, Mendy Hassan, Dean Withers. And they're in this Jubilee Surrounded series. It's one kind of video. And then during the Jubilee things, they have a fact checker that fact checks these stuff, but basically kind of a forum supposedly to spark dialogue. So they'll get a bunch of people who believe strongly about one thing and one person who believes something different, but people get pissed at them because people say that you're giving a platform to flat earthers and shit like that. Lee, because it's owned by this guy named Jason Lee, he says that the company always evaluates whether they're doing more good than harm and seeks to find empathy even in conversations with people holding scientifically disputed beliefs. Regarding concerns about platforming individuals with controversial views, Lee has acknowledged the difficulty of determining where the line is between legitimate discourse and hate speech, noting that the company receives criticism from both sides of the political spectrum for hearing opposing viewpoints. So they do these fucking series. So I'm going to read through some of their series that they have at Jubilee. So it's a big YouTube thing, and then they have all these different smaller shows.
I will say I do love the idea of them having a morning meeting where they're like, Are we still doing more good than harm? Okay, back to work. Like, everyone just checks
the harm
in.
meter's going up.
Yeah.
A little more good today.
Okay,
Huh?
we'll do a little good today. And then
Yeah, I think the doing good is just making money. So,
Mhm.
okay, so these are some other things. Ask Me Anything, where people ask a person relevant to certain societal topic questions. Eating with the Enemy, where two people from opposing backgrounds dine together while discussing political issues. Middle Ground, where two opposing sides have a debate and attempt to find common ground. Odd One Out, where a secret mole is in a group and has to be spotted by others through questions.
Okay.
Seeking Secrets, where people read strangers' secrets on a certain topic. Spectrum, where people belonging to an identity. It's like that one's like they make people stand in a line.
Right. And you rank yourself from how much you believe a
Like
thing or
moving
not.
left or right.
Yeah.
And that's different from ranking, where people rank each other on a certain societal topic.
Yeah.
Then there's Versus One, where someone speed dates many people in hopes of finding a match.
Okay.
T for Two, where people see if they can fall in love with someone after a certain number of questions.
Okay.
The Verdict, where people can get past a criminal case and have to agree on a criminal sentence before they reveal what the actual criminal activity got sentenced.
What?
So Jubilee's taking on the American judicial system. Circle of Secrets, where a group of people with similarities can open up.
Okay.
The Dilemma, where people have to make a life-changing decision for a person in a tough situation. And Surrounded, where a prominent figure is surrounded by and debates several opponents.
I feel like that's the most famous Jubilee show, construction, whatever. Like, that's the thing I always see, which is Charlie Kirk is sitting. R.I.P. Charlie. Charlie Kirk, R.I.P. is like sitting in a room, and then he says Donald Trump is an amazing president, and then a Gen Z girl with a septum ring jumps up and like they fight each other, and like she actually does a good job, but he's like, whatever. That I feel like that's always the thing. And then that Dean Withers guy is the one that I always see, and he's a left-wing guy. He's like a little blonde.
Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah,
he's always but he's always debating. He's always fighting
I'm
with
not gonna
them.
do it.
I know. I'm like, listen, Dean, take it away.
There was that one guy to the congressman who did it. I can't remember his name. But they were talking about I see the clip of him talking
Eric Swalwell, the one that was like,
I think he's from Colorado. But they were talking about the tariffs.
Oh, if tariffs are good or bad. Yeah, they'll get anything. And the thing is, like, it's clickbaity. They get a bunch of people arguing. Everyone wants to see people arguing. Everyone wants to see everyone dunk. And then they get clicky headlines that will get people to watch it. So why are we talking about this? On July 19th, a video was published, one anti-manosphere versus 20 manosphere people. And that was on the Surrounded series. And it was featuring the anti-manosphere guy was this author named Mark Manson. And he's the self-help author and blogger who wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Everything is Fuck, a book about hope, and like a bunch of other shit. So he does a lot of self-helpy books. He's like an influencer. He has like millions of followers on a bunch of shit.
Millennial Airport
books, exactly.
That say fuck on the cover. Yeah, we know.
Word fuck, huh?
I know.
So it's a guy who writes Millennial Airport books, and he is arguing against the manosphere versus 20 people who are arguing for the manosphere. We're going to watch a clip, and we'll just see what he's got to say.
What's going on?
See where we get taken on this journey. The guest will make a claim, and then they leave a chair open, and whoever runs fastest will come and argue with them about the claim. So the claim is that Mark Manson is doing is that porn has done more damage to men than feminism has.
Okay.
So now we're going to see what a random contestant or whatever.
Wait to see what a random man has to say.
Honestly, we're going to see what a random man that claims to be pro-manosphere has to say about porn doing more damage than feminism.
He's actively watching porn. Talking.
Yeah. Is that porn has done more damage to men than feminism has. What's up, man?
I'm
Mark.
Sean Boyd.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, bro. Feminism, straight pipeline to abortion.
Okay.
Abortion kills upward of 1 million Americans every single year. It's 3,000 men, women, and children dead a day, right? If we're talking about comparatively on what's had the greatest impact on taking away manpower from America, have to say, without a doubt, feminism by far. What do you have to say about that?
I was not expecting to go down the abortion road. I don't see how this relates to like men's mental health and agency in the world.
We're comparing feminism specifically, right?
Yeah.
To porn.
Yeah.
So, of course, porn is degenerative as well. I say we get rid of them, both of them, feminism and porn.
Okay.
Definitely. But if we're comparing
Sure.
feminism and the destruction that it's had on men as a whole in America versus porn, we'd have to like say that the lives actually being taken.
Obviously, you see abortion as murder.
Absolutely.
So your argument is that the murder of all of the aborted fetuses is vastly outweighs any damage that porn could ever do to
Extremely.
women.
Another caveat to that, the porn and feminism come from the same place.
Okay.
So what are thoughts about this so far? What we're
Okay.
seeing?
Okay, I was going to bring this up earlier, and so I'm glad we're touching on it now. I watched a video recently about specifically Manosphere when it comes to porn, and the idea of porn is so much easier to get off, essentially. Like,
Mhm.
'cause
Yeah,
then you
of
don't have to
course.
court a woman or like look nice or do
Mhm.
whatever. Like
Yeah.
you don't, and then when you do have to put all that effort in, you're like, well, let me just go home. I think which is why I think then they're already online and chatting about how it's so hard to get a woman, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you're at home jerking off all day.
Literally,
Like,
And it's like actually going to kill your sexual performance
yeah.
when you do get with a woman or a person,
Yeah, because you've been like yanking it to the, you've been yanking it off every day.
as quickly as possible, and you don't even foreplay yourself. babe.
Yeah,
What's
like
going on?
you're not even giving yourself the joy of foreplay.
I
That's
also
so
think
funny.
it's so interesting, and this seems to be a reoccurring thing when it comes to red pill in general. Is like something will be claimed, and then they like take it a completely different direction to be like,
Yeah.
you're wrong because abortion kills you. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Abortion kills
Oh,
3,000 men, women, and children a day.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
like,
can
how does it kill men, women, and
children.
a day? What?
Crazy.
but you can see the subtle art of not giving a fuck guy, working on his subtle art, I guess, as he's like listening to this guy talk
He's
to him.
like, what?
Like, but it's an interesting move for that guy to make, because then it immediately makes the argument now the abortion argument,
Yeah.
because now the only thing this other guy can do is be like, well, I don't think abortion is murder, so none of that makes any sense, and you're pulling a tangential thing here, and we're not actually talking about like the topic at hand. But
It's
then
like,
this
you can't
guy,
handle it. Ooh.
but then this guy's gonna say, I believe that it is murder, and so that means that there are men that would have existed that don't because of this. So basically, he's like now made the terms of the debate, is murder okay
Yeah.
or not? And then now this guy has to be like, well, I don't think it's murder or whatever. So he basically just like pulled the rug out from the question entirely by taking it in this other direction, because he can't actually. What's funny is that he's like, no, porn is also bad. Porn does damage men. So he kind of actually like
Yeah.
partially agrees with the premise. And I think he just had this abortion thing that he wanted to say.
Yeah, which is.
And he was going to say it no matter. Any question that they pose, this guy could come up and be like, well, actually, the problem is abortion because
Yes.
it kills 3,000 men a day or whatever.
And I'm like, okay, so someone you were with got an abortion. Clearly.
Yeah.
And it's because you dress like that.
I can't even get into.
We can't get into it. Okay. So what happens in these Jubilee videos, guys, we're still going on this journey.
Can't wait.
Yeah. We're on the ride.
We're on the ride, right? So now we're in the Jubilee verse. The first few things, the guest says, makes a claim, leaves the seat open, and then says anyone can debate me on it, and they debate on it. The last 10 minutes of every video, they say, okay, the host of Jubilee says, okay, guest, you can point to whoever and tell them to come sit down, and they can debate you on whatever they want. So he does this, and this guy sits down, and we're going to hear that debate.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
My surrounding claim is that women care more about looks than personality.
What makes you say that?
All these things that you've been talking about, that you need to be authentic with your partner, your girlfriend, or whatever, the date you're on. Like, when you're on a first date, for example, and let's say you're on a first date with like a really pretty girl.
Right.
If she pays you a compliment or she says, genuinely, if she says anything, you already know it's coming from a place of authenticity because this girl probably has like 10 dates this week. And she has lots on her plate. She's thinking about a lot of things. So she doesn't really have the energy or to put on like a facade. And I think that most people can sense that. And from what you're saying, women can really sense that if a guy is saying, here's the flowers, here's the reservation or whatever it is. And they feel like it's a transactional thing. Because for a lot of guys, it is. Like,
yes,
most guys are not going on a date every single day. They're going on like one date a month with a girl they actually like.
Yeah.
They don't have options. And so that they when they're actually there, they're so stressed and they need things to go perfectly that they behave strangely. And I think that women can perceive that.
yes.
So what you're describing is like, you need to be this authentic guy that if a girl blows you off, you say, hey, no worries.
Yeah.
That guy is a guy with a lot of options. And the guy with a lot of options is usually just a really handsome guy. I mean, that's what it is.
What would you say about examples of ugly dudes with smoking hot girls?
It's such
'Cause
an
we've all
interesting
seen 'em.
question. I mean, so now you're getting into SMV, like sexual market value stuff. So I believe that, I mean, obviously everyone has seen someone with status, there's famous actors with beautiful wives or someone who's really rich. Every girl wants to go on the yacht party. And then, you see the guy that owns the yacht, he's not so handsome. So I would say that between these three things, your looks, how wealthy you are, what your status is, whether you're well known, like within the balance of those three traits, you'll get to a certain point where you're acceptable to.
Would you add personality and values to that list, to your sexual marketplace value, right? Because people generally want to date people who share values, who they have good chemistry with, that they enjoy talking to, right?
Yeah, no, I think that having shared values is important for a really long-term relationship. But I think that the reality, how old are you, by the way?
42.
42. I wish that I was born when you were born, because like, I think when we're talking about long-term relationships nowadays, where the women that people in my age group are dating, they've been on dating apps, they've been on Instagram like their whole life.
Right.
So they've been inundated with interest from men, like truly inundated, like every.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm like, I have a lot of thoughts about this guy.
Let's go. Let's say it. Do you think women?
That women are going on a date every day?
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, his understanding of even what an attractive, like a truly hot 10 out of 10 babe's life is very interesting. He thinks that she's going on dates every single day. And also that, like, because women have been getting like reply guys on Instagram their whole lives, that's like affecting their dating history, that women like that. Whereas actually for most women, that's just like weird background noise that is kind of like an annoying part of being online. People connect in the DMs and meet in the DMs and all of that stuff. But like what he's talking about, just getting guys commenting like hot, blah, 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 blah. Like that is like a static that just exists in the lives of especially the type of women he's talking about, which is probably like a babe influencer type girl.
Yeah, I'm also like, this girl's working and like has a lot of bills because it's hard. It's expensive to be hot.
It is expensive to be hot.
We need to get these boys a hobby.
Yeah.
They gotta have some, because I think they're just online too much. And it's like, maybe some pottery if you
pottery?
Yeah, something else.
Like a real like hobby with your hands.
I think it's like something that's like not. I think the issue, and he kind of touches on it at the end, which I don't 100% disagree with, where it's like being online from the moment you are like start interacting sexually or romantically has kind of changed the way people communicate about that. And like then it's like there's so much kind of the reply guy thing where it's like so easy for a guy to be like, you're sexy, you're hot, you're amazing, where like they wouldn't do that in person.
Right, it's kind of like, well, yeah, women are inundated.
People do that in person. People do catcall. People do,
Yeah, but I'm just like, women aren't inundated with all of this, but that's coming from men. So like women are able to receive this insane wave of interest, but also men are able to unleash an insane wave of interest. Because I do feel like the guys that all comment like hot or whatever, maybe a lot of them wouldn't catcall a woman as she's walking down the street, but they'll do this, or they'll send fire emojis all the time, or like, it is interesting because I also felt like the thing he said at the end, I was like, oh, I think that some of what's happening here is you are misdiagnosing an actual real issue, which is like, yeah, young people do feel disconnected in dating. Yeah. People don't know how to determine real interest versus this. People are flaking on each other. People are like not showing up right. But that's also going both ways. Yeah.
Also a developmental thing of like in this period of your life in your early, I mean, I think there's a dating thing modern, but there's also just like, yeah, when you're in your 20s, like I thought it was so funny when he tells the 42-year-old, if you ever had a 23-year-old man tell a 42-year-old man, I wish I was born in your era because it was easy. That's just like so crazy to me. Because as a woman would never say that to another woman, be like, I wish I was born in your age because like it was easier for you. It's like, no, it's this idea that this isolation or all this stuff is because of women and all these natural frustrations that people on both sides are having. And also when you're in your early 20s, you are just figuring out what you like, what you want, what are you doing, this and that. And like dating is challenging because you are also dating people with those same issues in their life too.
It's very interesting to the expectation of, or the reality that they live in of like people, you should be going on a date every day. Or like everyone should have dates lined up, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what the hell? Why?
Or it's like the guy who only has one date a month is, cares more. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It just feels very divorced from like, again, it's this idea of like, can you go out and meet and just talk to like a couple real women and get an actual sense of like what someone's real life is? Because again, it feels like these guys are all just talking to each other and being like, these women are going on dates every day. And it's like, no, they're not. No. Even the hot ones that are hot by your standards. And also what's interesting is that guy is pretty conventionally attractive in terms of what Chad rankings would be. He's blonde. He's got a square jaw. He's kind of tan.
That hairline was questionable, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Well, guys, this is where the ride's going. That guy in that Jubilee video, he's actually an influencer named Will Porter.
Okay.
He has about 145,000 followers.
Okay.
And actually, you're like, he needs a real hobby. He actually owns a very popular bakery in Gilbert, Arizona.
Okay.
Of Sabel.
Boulangerie.
And you're like, this guy, his whole Instagram is him working out, baking, and being an entrepreneur.
Right.
Right? And he is like his classical French training, whatever. So he opened his bakery in May. And since it opened, it's had these insanely long lines. I guess it's like it's not easy to get a authentically French baked pastry in Arizona. So people will line up for hours since it's open in May for hours. And what he does is he does these Instagrams where he opens the window after because people will stand out and at like 3 a.m, 4 a.m. to line up for his fucking bakery. And when they open, he opens the window and he does these cute, like, I'm getting to know my customers videos.
Okay.
So let's watch some. And then we're going to watch another video right after of him walking through the line with his bodyguard.
Okay.
And also, listen to the accent.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, so this is him walking through the line and greeting everyone. They've been open for 9 weeks, and he's walking with his bodyguard to meet the crowds of people.
Okay.
And say hi. Yeah, with a camera crew and his bodyguard. So that's one. And then we got our other one. And this is where he like interacts with the fans.
Good morning. Good morning. So this is our 10th week of being open. So almost 3 weeks. So raise your hand if it's your first time here. Okay, a lot of people. Oh, first people in line. What time did you guys come? 4 a.m. So it's your first time here and you came at 4? Why?
I wanted to be first.
You wanted to be first. Okay. Oh, from where?
Georgia.
Just for this? Came from Georgia just for this?
Well, Lebanese and too, but I came from you guys. Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, the good news is that the food is also good.
Yes.
Okay, so if it is your first time here, our rules are really simple. It's 4 items per person, not including drinks, so as many drinks as you want. I just wanted to note on the drinks, we just added yesterday an iced matcha latte. It's really nice. And then for the viennoiserie and all of the pastry, everything is the same as what you've seen online. We are serving 2 groups at a time, so please take your time, ask us any questions you might have, especially if some of the items are not familiar to you. Please ask, we'll help you out. As I said, this is 10 weeks of business. It's been a very, 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 very long journey from the first week that we opened. I think our first week...
I'd be so annoyed if I had to listen to all that to get my pastry, but...
You got there from 4 a.m. and you, from Georgia, drove in and then had to hear... And I'm like, he's also playing... He's like...
Why is the
that little
Succession
Succession
theme
theme.
under it?
And what people start to find, so then that Jubilee clip goes viral. People start digging. They're like, oh shit, he's the bakery owner. So if you go on his the bakery thing, every day he's posting about how long the lines are, how this, how that, and like him talking to the crowd. And then he's also posting these fuck ass tarts where, bitch, these, I don't know if
That looks AI.
that looks AI, but also like, you don't want a tart with just strawberries on it. You want the strawberries to be sliced and fucked with. He's putting whole berries into a tart.
Oh, the cherry stems on there.
Mm.
The
Mhm.
cherry stems.
We got stems
so
on the
he-
cherries.
He has these things with these cherry stems and all this shit. And yeah, look, so he's always like, it's just insane. It doesn't look really classically trained. He's telling everyone that he has all this experience and look at
Yeah,
stuff
I mean,
that-
the blueberry tart does look like a bunch of raw blueberries just put into the tart
Yeah,
shell,
look at the strawberry-
basically.
yeah.
I mean, we'll have to see. I'm sure that I would find something that was tasty here, but what's also making me laugh about this guy, because he is so kind of blonde, shiny teeth, square jaw, tan, he is a conventionally attractive guy. So to me, for him to go on Jubilee and be like, women only care about looks, they don't care about personality. I'm like, for you to be attractive, you have your own business, you're a chef, all of this stuff, and you're still not getting girls, you're having these problems, your personality must be fucked up,
Well,
dude.
I mean, could you?
Because shouldn't you have a girlfriend? Shouldn't you be all good if all people care about are like these markers of alpha success? Like, you technically have all of them. So why are you pissed? What's wrong with you? Is your personality so bad that it is undoing even your own rule?
Well, you could tell from that video too. His
Yeah.
personality, it's insufferable.
No.
I would like to. Could you imagine going on a date and be like, the rules of my bakery? By the way, shouldn't he be in bed? Why is he going? He can't go on date. He has to wake up at 3 a.m. to make
Yeah,
all his
well-
pastries?
Well, guys, what ends up happening is as this pops off, then you uncover somebody posted on R. Gilbert a month ago and was like, how is everyone's experience with Sabel? Does it live up to the hype? And then this person posts, and I'll just read this post on Reddit. Hey, everyone. This was a month before, so this was in June. So this is after the thing has been open for a month. Hey, everyone. I visited Sabel last weekend and picked up a few pastries. While the food was okay, it didn't live up to the massive social media hype. Oh, because Sabel has 300,000 Instagram followers.
Oh.
Mhm.
So that is what's
Cool.
bringing the hype. Taste is subjective, and while the items totally didn't hit the mark, from my personal palate, I always try to support local Gilbert businesses when I can. But their branding leads so heavily on the owner's credentials as an elite trained chef, I got a bit curious and watched his background video where he highlights 4 years of professional experience and schooling. I looked back at his public Instagram highlights to see his culinary journey. His bio mentions a year of pastry school in France. So to round this out, we're going to go to one more video by Hell Queen Cocktails.
Oh, what?
You know it?
No, but an amazing username.
Yeah.
Our entire podcast is run by the most random women in
Mhm.
America doing investigative journalism.
Yeah.
and all
Thank
that
God.
shit.
And thank God for them.
And thank God for them. And this lady is pissed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see what Hell Queen's Cocktails has to say about our boy Will.
No one's talking about when it comes to this Will Porter Sablé drama. So Mr. Will Porter, the
Sablé.
owner, operator, and head chef of the very viral Sablé Bakery, where people are waiting in over 2-hour lines in 115-degree heat to pay $70 for 4 pastries, went on one of these Jubilee debates identifying as the Manosphere, saying that women care more about looks than personality in a man, and also raising his hand to agree that Andrew Tate and Clavicular are good influences on young men. Yes, the same Andrew Tate that just got arrested and has charges in multiple countries for sex trafficking and violence against women. Now, since this Jubilee debate, he has since made an apology that I felt was a little bit lacking. This is the part that no one seems to be talking about. I went back and looked at all of the videos that they have posted here on TikTok. I see a lot of women working for him. Now, I don't mean the security guards that he has no reason to actually have. I mean the actual people running his bakery with him, for him, are women. I have yet to see a man working alongside him to help run his bakery. This is a screenshot from one of his stories on IG. You can have the most popular bakery in your state and still not find someone who wants to work with you. I've already been through 3, by the way, who aren't interested in the opportunity. And why do you think no one wants to work for him?
Could you imagine him being your boss?
Yeah, I can't. And also, like, we're getting a theme now. He says, by his own admission, the fact that he's handsome should be enough to get him dates, and yet he cannot get dates. He has the most popular bakery, but no one wants to work for you. It's like, I think you've got a personality problem,
Well,
my
you're
man.
a liar on your social media. You're saying all this shit. You're making it your fucking marketing points, and you're fucking lying. Here is his apology to the Phoenix Sun-Times. He says, quote, I understand why my participation in a video framed around the Manosphere and Andrew Tate raised serious concerns. I want to be clear. I don't support Andrew Tate, misogyny, or any ideology that demeans women.
He said that Andrew Tate was a good influence.
He raised his hand. He said, Andrew Tate and Clavicular are a good influence. And again, back to your thing, you didn't even know half of the shit I talked about today.
No.
This guy in conversation is dropping sexual market value. If you're using that in conversation, you are fucking eating and swallowing and digesting this shit. You believe in this shit.
Yeah.
So don't come over here now acting like you don't. Will Potter with your fake ass teeth.
Well, that was some lip filler too, if I'm
Yeah.
spotting it correctly.
He's got the Joe Biden teeth, the shiny veneers,
The bright white.
blinding veneers.
Bright,
chiclets.
glow in the dark chiclets.
He's got some chiclets.
And it's fine, but I'm like, don't be
listen.
talking about women being shallow.
I know. Well, I think, okay, I said this before, and I think this is a really perfect example of it. He has been like, I have a bakery, blah, blah, and no one will date me still, so it has to be women's fault. Like, it can't be my own fault, so it has to be their fault. And it's like, wait, maybe look inward for a moment.
Truly.
Do you not want to go on a date with the security?
Yeah.
It is so funny that he has a security guard to do what, for what
sell
purpose?
pastries in Gilbert, Arizona, in the safest, like arguably one of the safest suburbs in America. He needs a fucking 6'5" to sell pastries.
To sell pastries.
From a lady who's like, I came here from Georgia. I mean, I guess I would be scared. If a lady's like, I drove hours from Georgia.
I seen you online and I wanted to come eat your pastries. And it's like, I need a bodyguard.
Fan is a fan. Listen.
I know, but I'm also like, is he having trouble dating? I bet you a bunch of fucking cougars in Arizona want to fuck this guy.
Of course.
But he doesn't want the cougars.
But that's the thing he claims that women are doing to him. Is they're like, women only care about looks. It's like, well, I bet there are a bunch of women hitting on you in your DMs right now.
Yeah.
So I bet that you could find someone. Like, what are your standards? Who are the women that you're rejecting?
You fucked the lady from Georgia.
Did you fuck that lady from Georgia?
Did you give a dog a bone or not? Because you ain't giving a dog a bone, then you need to shut up, Will.
Also, another thing I want to say about just his whole conceit. All these guys love to be like, I'm an entrepreneur, like I'm a businessman, I built this business, whatever. And it's like, what kind of businessman doesn't realize that it's not good for business for you to go on a Jubilee video and associate yourself publicly with the Manosphere.
It's crazy.
A maligned political group in general. You apparently believe that the world is stacked against you. The world is stacked against men. The world wants to suppress this ideology of yours. So why would you, as a front-facing business owner with a public platform who's definitely going to get recognized, go and do this?
Great.
Because for hype, and also I'm just like, I'm sorry, just from a marketing standpoint, and we'll wrap up. I'm not seeing droves of men go to the bakery. I'm not like, oh, me and my boys are gonna go to the bakery today and get some croissant. You know? No, it's the girlies that go and they bring. So then, why would you, even if you do think that, why the fuck would you say it when most of your customer base is women? And it's just like, because you're fucking
Not very smart.
You're not very smart.
The red pill echo chamber is so crazy because what will impress a woman? If I know how to bake and if I have a bodyguard. It's like, wait, no. Wait. Not quite.
No. Like,
yeah.
Come on, a bakery owner in Arizona and you're a white guy who's kind of tall, like, you are fumbling the bag of a century. Like, if you can't figure out how to get dating and laid when you're a white guy in Arizona who owns a bakery
With Joe Biden teeth.
with Joe Biden teeth
And some chunky highlights.
And
yeah,
some
the hair,
chunky
there's
highlights.
some stuff going on with the hair, but I think that's Arizona.
Yeah, it's Arizona. I'm saying
That's
he's
what-
the Arizona
Split this
aesthetic.
up, right, yeah.
You can't find a cute ASU grad to go on a date with. Something's wrong. So
He should be on a date every day.
He-
He's the one that should be on a date every day.
Yeah, go on a date every day if you want to. I mean, he's kind of using his bakery thing to open and talk. So to wrap this up, one of the last posts, or I thought it was so funny, is that like immediately after like all of this went down, the bakery posted they took it down and like now comments are off and
Of course.
whatever. But somebody's like, bakery line's 15 minutes. And it's like, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. So, guys, what is the lessons that you learned today? What are the lessons that we take away from as we move on and close out this main segment? Garrett, what do you want?
Well,
to
it's so interesting. I do think knowing the, like, I didn't know anything about this course. Knowing the language around it, then kind of you're like, you understand they're using like this weird science-y language to like legitimize, I mean, we said this earlier, but to legitimize this idea. And it's like, that is so dangerous because then you just get caught in that rabbit hole over and over and over again and be like, no, we're right. It's science. It's like, wait, but you made up the science.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's science that you came up with. I mean, I guess my biggest takeaway, honestly, from the story is that women care way more about personality than looks, which
Yeah.
is like the opposite of his thing. But again, like we've been saying, this guy's personality is consistently getting in the way of his bag.
Yes.
His
Well-
decision making, his ability to vibe with people, to read the room, etc. He is only getting in his own way by his own metrics. If all women cared about was being handsome and having money, this beachy bro with a bakery would be doing just fine.
Yeah, I'd be swimming in puss.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, sorry, unfortunate for you. People care about, and I'm telling you, I'm like, Guy Fieri's probably bagged more bitches than this guy.
Big time.
And it's
Personally,
not
yeah.
because of his looks. It's because he's got the riz.
It's because
Yeah.
of that donkey sauce.
It's
Yeah.
because of that
Exactly
donkey
right.
sauce. And I'm like, women, you ain't going down for. I'm like, this guy doesn't even probably go down on women, honestly.
No, definitely.
If we're really talking about it, if
Yeah.
we got some real things we can improve on. So I guess that's my thing. It's also like now people are also looking at your fuck ass pastries that cost, again, 5 of his pastries cost $70.
That's crazy.
$70
No,
for
no,
5
no.
of his pastries. So,
No.
and this is what happens, guys. All of these wounds are self-inflicted.
Yes.
Of course.
You know, so stay off. If you're a Manosphere guy, first of all, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Second of all, women will date absolute broke, ugly losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
can
delete whatever it is that you're typing to comment about us right now. Delete it and say
Delete
whatever, like being like, you these nose ring bitches, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's like,
Exactly. And I think guys care about personality too, because again, we got a guy who matched with me on Hinge. We were talking, and then I'm like, oh, I have a podcast. He looks it up. He says 9 minutes later, he's like, we're not a match.
Oh.
And it's not physical, it's personality.
Oh,
And your opinions.
Oh, you
And
go,
I'm like,
good.
I'm like,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, thanks. And he's
I mean-
like, I just want you to know it's not about looks. It's just your personality. And I'm like, that does
You
make
go,
me feel
"Thank
better.
Yeah.
I think everyone should have a podcast for that reason alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
9 minutes is all
9
that it
minutes
took.
he listened to. And then I was like, what did he listen to that got him so shook? And our last episode was about Punch the Monkey.
So we don't know.
Yeah.
He said some shit.
We said something about
He
Punch.
got upset.
I do have one more thing to say before we move
Yes,
on.
of
He
course.
really
You should
took
say
some,
whatever you want.
Thank you. He really took a note from the Madonna bag of going to a foreign country and coming back with an accent.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That little Parisian accent he has.
Yeah.
How long did you wait?
N-
Oh,
Oh,
3 a.m.? Yeah.
oh la la.
guys, he did not have
Hilarious.
that accent in the Jew. When he's wearing his tight ass white pants saying women only care about looks, he
No.
did not have that French ass accent.
No.
No.
It was only when he opened the window and said hello to the woman from Georgia that
All of
he
a sudden, he's
started,
Pepe Le Pew.
I know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Also, like, France is the land of an ugly guy with a great personality pulling. That's like their whole that goes back centuries for them.
And not even, pulling with body odor and cheating on you.
Yeah, and
Come
cheating.
on. Not just
But-
pulling one, pulling a bunch.
Yeah.
But great conversation at dinner.
Of
He's
Great
course.
conversation.
amazing.
Funny, witty, got
Yeah.
all the stories.
Popping a bottle of wine for you as soon as you walk in.
La la.
Of
You ever send a guy a picture and he writes back, ooh la la? Come on.
You know it's supposed to be good.
Yeah, this guy, he ain't sending ooh la la.
He's not singing
No.
la la.
He ain't sending ooh la la. He's making up a fake accent.
Okay. Speaking of ooh la la,
Ooh.
it is time for our final segment, Grasshole of the Week. This is our segment where we declare the person, people, places, businesses that need to log off the most. And we are actually going to decide today who our grasshole is
Right.
in this story because grassholery is taking place, but
On both sides.
but on both sides. Yeah, it's a Jubilee situation. So we're going to debate it here. But the thing that starts this all off is 4 days ago. So we recorded this on Monday, 4 days ago. This TikTok was posted by @JGuap3 of two people making out in Bryant Park in New York City. Let's watch the video.
Get a room. Dude, get a room. No, there's kids around. No, sorry, there's kids around. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. If you touch me, I have to touch you. Come on, get a room. Y'all was making out and there's kids. No. I don't record. I'm so confused what's happening. Y'all the guys making out, not me.
Okay. So can you just describe what we witnessed in the video?
Two people who are older. I think they're I would say the woman's in her mid to late 30s and the guy's in his 40s and they're both dressed in suits.
Well, you just ruined that woman's life, but don't worry about it.
That
you
woman
ruined
was
this woman's
93.
life so far beyond what we're about to even talk about.
She's 21. Sorry. I have white facial blindness.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I can't really-
No, it's
sorry,
fine.
that's
It's
a
fine. It's fine.
condition, of my ADHD. It's two people making out, and then what I could only describe as a guy who looks like he was in the band of Misfits in American Vandal.
Absolutely.
Long hair. I think, does he have a nose ring?
He had a neck tattoo.
He had a neck tattoo. Just,
That's Jay Guapo. We'll talk about him
Jay
soon.
Guapo.
Jay Guapo 3.
Jay Guap 3. And yeah, he's kind of bugging these people and hanging around too much or something. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
I'm already getting Grasshole vibes from Jay Guap. Sorry.
Well, totally. And I feel like one of the simple pleasures of the city is making out on a park bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is Central Park, not.
Oh,
Bryant
sorry.
Park.
I thought it was Bryant Park.
It's okay.
That's my bad.
But it's giving that context too of Central Park is even more huge and hidden, and you know what I mean. So
No, I think that is important. It is
it's
important
like
park context.
it's important park context because you kind of do. It's big enough that you can get a little bit of privacy.
Yeah,
And,
of course.
I mean, who hasn't made out in Central Park?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Making out in Central Park, sexual activity in Central Park is
At an all-time high.
yeah, exactly. And literally. So, yeah, basically, Jay Guap posts this video. It's of him walking up to this couple. He's filming them. He's like, stop making out. And they seem very upset that he's filming them. And at a certain point, you can see the woman being like, you need to put the phone down. You're recording us. The guy looks upset. They both look upset.
Can I clock that I saw a wedding ring on Miss Girl's finger and I did not see one on Mr. Man's?
It's giving Coldplay situation.
It's giving
Okay,
Coldplay
so
situation.
this is exactly where we need to be. So basically, Jay Guap posts this video. Now, Jay Guapo, he's Jay Guap 3 is his handle, but he's Jay Guapo by title.
He couldn't get just the handle.
No.
Guapo is very popular. Guapo means handsome.
Yeah,
course,
so
of
he's
course.
Jay Guapo. He's Jay Handsome. That video has 3.2 million views, but Jay Guapo has 3.5 million followers. And that's definitely not from this video alone. He's like, I looked up his stuff. He's like kind of a nuisance influencer.
Okay. Do you know what nuisance influencers are?
Yes.
So he's not like a full-fledged nuisance influencer where
He's on
he's
the
doing like
spectrum.
stunts, but he's on the nuisance spectrum. He's causing a nuisance. The New York Post described him as having a history of posting antagonizing content.
Well,
And I watched like one video of him where basically there's a guy on the subway who's just listening to headphones, minding his own business. And then he goes up and sits down next to him. And then obviously someone's filming and he starts like lip syncing Kesha at the guy. So some of his content,
it's annoying.
yeah, it's just him bothering
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Just like you guys, commenters immediately clock that there's something going on with this situation between the two people. So here are just a few comments that are from 4 days ago when the video was originally posted. So a lot of people are just posting a screenshot of the guy looking really sad. And we've got Angie. And it was at this exact moment he knew he was screwed. Cheaters never prosper. Second comment by Delulu8484, 100% work affair. Next comment by someone whose handle is just a B. Oh, they're having an affair. Then we've got Frenchie, the work attire, the weird location, the age gap.
Of course.
Reese, they are def cheating, LOL. Nah, he's guilty. That's definitely her boss. So these are just like all comments, and these are all from 4 days ago. So these are like the original like comments on the video. So, as you said, people also start immediately clocking this as a potential Coldplay kiss cam situation. Reminder that the Coldplay kiss cam was
1 year ago.
almost exactly 1 year ago. It was July
Wow.
16th,
Yeah.
2025.
It was so recent.
I know. But we are due. That's what it means, is we're due for a new one.
We need one.
We're due for a new one. But that was when Andy Byron, the CEO of this tech firm Astronomer, was caught kissing his company's HR chief on the kiss cam at a Coldplay concert.
It was like grabbing her titties. They were like,
Her naturals.
Yeah, they were, I
Heavy
mean,
nuts.
they were caught like kissing and making out on the kiss cam. And Chris Martin, front man of Coldplay, joked either they're having an affair or they're just very shy because as soon as they were on the kiss cam, they duck away. And then it turns out that, yes, they were having an affair. It blew up online. The CEO ended up resigning. Cabot, who was the HR chief, she's like kind of done a run of press even recently. There was like a New York Times feature on her. She went on Oprah. She's had a bunch to say about this in general. But the point is that's what the Coldplay kiss cam was. And it was basically a year ago. So it is a Coldplay kiss cam situation is basically what we're getting to. Internet sleuths quickly find out that the video is of 45-year-old Nathaniel D. Cullerton and 29-year-old Casey Bornswig. So you said late 30s.
I said mid too late.
If at 29, I would be pissed. I would be pissed.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Listen, I apologize that you cheated on your my husband, and I thought you were older.
So that's actually not true.
Oh.
She's not married or dating
she's
anyone.
Not married.
No.
Oh, okay, but he is.
Yes.
Okay, so I did ruin this girl's life.
You really unfairly.
Woman.
Kelsey Bornswig really has done nothing.
He was married, I think, right?
That
Is he
we don't
married?
know. So he is married. So basically,
Well, I apologize, Kelsey.
Kelsey, come on the pod.
Kelsey, come on the pod.
We can be your Oprah. So okay, they find out that both of them work for this like prestigious Manhattan law firm, Watchell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz. That's how you know it's a good law firm. We got 4 names on there.
Jay Guap better watch out.
Yeah.
He
Jay
better
Guap.
watching Lippin and Cranston because his ass is going to get sued.
So Cullerton is way more senior than Bornswig at the firm. So there's a power dynamic situation. Now we've got age gap situation. They also both worked on the legal team defending OpenAI and Sam Altman against Elon Musk. So now who do we want to win? That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough.
Just something to know. But Cullerton is married. He's married. He has a wife. As far as we know, they are together. I haven't even seen anything that says like, oh, they might be separated, whatever. He is married. The funny thing about these are like people coming up with stuff about the 29-year-old Kelsey Bornswig. It says, this was from like a New York Post article. She was recently in a relationship with another law clerk, but they split up. So I'm like, okay, so she's 29 and single. Because people kept pulling, this is a picture of her with her boyfriend, whatever. And it's like, actually, they broke up.
Yeah.
So she's like, I mean, it's not good to hook up with a married man, but like she's in the clear with her own life.
And guess what? He ain't that cute, so sexual market value my dick.
Yeah.
She's, you know what I mean? Women don't even care about if you're single. So.
Yeah, literally.
So take that, Will.
So, okay, something we talk about on the podcast all the time is 5-alarm fire discourses, like things that, like, if you invoke them, the internet is immediately going to go crazy. So now we've got power dynamics, age gap, and cheating discourse all coming together.
And surveillance state.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to get into. The discourse pretty quickly splits into 2 camps. One I will call death to cheaters, and the other I will call death to the surveillance state. I will say, based on my research, the death to cheaters people are mainly on TikTok, and the death to the surveillance state people are mainly on Twitter, because this like makes its way to Twitter, and they're kind of 2 separate conversations that are happening, but will like conjoin every once in a while. So this next slide is a series of death to cheaters comments. These are all TikTok. God sent you to expose them. The fact that this was filmed near the home he shared with his wife. They quite literally should have gotten a room. Nice of you to teach them a lesson. May this happen to my man if he ever decides to cheat on me. So these are like all TikTok comments. And these are in the last like 16 hours, 14 hours, 3 days, 2 days. Like these are the TikTok comments. Then this next slide, we have our death to the surveillance state people. Garrett, why don't you read this long reply to the New York Post posting about this?
This is from Misha Turtle X. There's nothing actually unethical or illegal about what they're doing. Even if he is her direct boss, this is such a weird thing to videotape for content. So much here points to this being a weirdo trying to act like 2 well-dressed people making out is somehow close to the worst thing kids will ever see in the park that day. They're kissing. She's not grinding and moaning, nor does the man yell and beat his chest like Donkey Kong. What? Lame move, Mr. Guapo. If I had kids there, I'd be more concerned with the freak videotaping the couple in the park than what appears to be 30 seconds of them making out while the guy asks if he can put down his phone, and Guapo jumps right to, don't touch more, I got to touch you, bro.
I guess he's like, don't touch me or I'll touch you.
Yeah, I think we got a typo here.
We have
Misha
a typo
Turtle.
from Misha. I'm sorry. The rich, attractive, and not a very aggressive lawyers are not the biggest concern here. And I really hate lawyers. Oh, okay. No, it's the dudes filming and cutting this into some gotcha where these 2 have to deal with a freak about to make them go viral in NYC. When there are probably homeless gladiators down the street. Wait, what? Homeless gladiators down the street that he could film instead. But nope, just be creepy dude and call this content.
Well, this is a coming to a New York Post thing. So
we got some red.
Yeah, we got some. This guy has his own Manosphere demons on his own.
Yeah, there's some stuff jumping out here that's interesting. But if we go to the next slide, these are just some like other comments. Genuinely, why is a major publication reporting on 2 random people sucking face in a park? What business is it of yours? And more importantly, who fucking cares? Are you going to run a story about the shit I took this morning next? Filming people should be illegal. A law should be passed to hunt down these TikTok loser predators.
Socially policing everyone is a bad thing, actually. Those doing that kind of thing should be shamed and pilloried.
Fancy word. It's a fancy word. It
Come
means
on,
like
SAT.
describe what it
Who
means, but
cares?
like it
This
means like
isn't a-
shamed.
Yeah, this isn't a vocabulary.
Publicly shamed,
Okay.
kind of.
Hillary.
I think it's like an old word. I think it might be related to when you're like put in the stocks or whatever. Anyway,
Of course.
We
The
need
point
stocks
is-
back. We do
We
need
do.
that back.
these are like the two conversations that are happening, and then I'm gonna have you guys do a dramatic reenactment of these next two. Like
Oh.
it's two comment threads on TikTok that I think are so indicative of how people are talking to each other. So, Millie, why don't we have you start as Colleen in this comment thread, and then Garrett, you can be Key, and I'll come in as the budding psychologist at the
Thank
end
you.
here.
Okay. Super creepy to record people.
What's even creepier is two grown people making out in a public park while kids are around. You dense Honda Civic.
Not gonna lie, cheating is wrong, but recording people in public is getting out of hand. Now, Millie, let's have you be Sol and Faye as well, and then Garrett, you can be Chelsea, and I will be
Arvestora.
Arvestora, and then I'll also come in as Palm for Sir at the bottom as well.
Okay. Everybody's so lame in this situation. Making out at a park over the age of 20, but also recording strangers and putting them on your social media because they're kissing at a park. That's not a crime.
This isn't lame. It's funny, Ash. Who cares?
As hell. Ash
oh.
means as hell.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, Gen Z lingo.
This isn't lame. This is funny as hell. Who cares? We get recorded by mass surveillance from the government every day.
Yes, let's impose an individual sustained surveillance state. And then one more comment. Why is it always Gen Zs with asymmetrical faces that have these opinions?
God.
So this is like the tenor of the conversation that is happening online.
Now we're getting into generation war.
Yeah, we're getting it. I do think there's like a little bit of a generation war
Yeah.
here. Like it's not 1-to-1, but I feel like Twitter skews older, obviously, than
Yeah.
TikTok. And Twitter is very squarely like, this is weird. You shouldn't film these people. Cheating is wrong, but like, what is this? And TikTok is very much still, no, you're cheaters. Also, there's weird Puritan stuff in there where they're like, why are you making out in a park when children could be around?
Totally.
You are so close to wanting to ban Drag Story Hour with that
Yes.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's so crazy.
Yeah, like
to say a kid can't see someone kissing?
yeah. It's crazy, but it's also like that is the stereotype is that younger kids are under socialized, like younger people are under socialized. They don't have as much sexual activity. They're not used to all this stuff, but I'm also like, I don't know, kids should be seeing people kiss in the park. These kids have to fucking do drills where they hide under a desk for a school shooter. They can't see people make out in a park. I don't know. Like if they were fucking, if they were whatever. but
Yeah,
these
of
people were
course.
not, and they're like
No, they're
whatever.
just kissing. Like, it's a kind of tame kissing situation as
But
far
these-
as.
again, when you graduate on Microsoft Teams or whatever, then you're seeing people make out in public. You're like, whoa, that's great. You know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, side note, you showed it to me, but a video did just drop of Clavicular's middle school graduation on
On
Zoom.
Zoom.
Oh.
And it's so dark. And they're like, Brayden just graduated. And it's fucking Clavicular. And he's graduating on Zoom. And you're like,
this makes
this is
checks-
how we got
that
Clavicular.
checks
Oh my God, he
out.
graduated from middle school on Zoom. And now he hits himself in the face with a hammer.
It's like we've gone too far.
Oh no.
That's so okay. Yes, I think everyone is wrong.
Yeah, so that's basically, we're going to round this out now. I want us to decide who is the Grasshole here. Is it the park bench cheaters? Is it the commenters? Is it Jay Guapo?
Jay Guapo.
I think Jake Guapo is in the wrong. Well, okay. I think what did you call it before the type of
Puritans?
content? No, the
Oh.
type of content he makes, like
A nuisance influencer.
nuisance influencer. Okay, you know that girl that will do? Well, she will go into like she. I guess is not really a nuisance influencer, but kind of is. But you never see her face, and she like goes into stores and she'll like have them make her a sandwich or something. Or, like,
Mm.
I think she's doing. I think her name is Aaliyah.
yes,
She's doing something different though. She will like. She's not bothering people. She's just like ordering food and like sitting at restaurants and stuff, so you can see. I do have questions about like how whatever, but yes.
But hers feels so much more. The issue I have with Jay Guapo is it feels extremely mean spirited.
exactly.
And, like that is kind of where I'm starting the level of like we hate this. I also think when Adam Levine cheated on his girlfriend or his wife,
Mm-hmm.
that was when the internet shifted from, and now every cheating is as bad as murder.
Yeah.
Because too, I think like it's the kind of generation thing.
Mhm.
There's cheating was. I feel like cheating went like in the 80s was way more like
I mean,
don't know.
people used
Maybe I'm
to.
wrong about this.
No, I know. I get what you're saying. Is like I do feel like there is,
Well,
especially
security.
online, this like cheating as like one of the ultimate worst, most horrible things you can do. I don't think it's good to cheat. I don't
course
cheat on my
not.
partners. I wouldn't want my partners to cheat on me. Like that's not what I'm saying. And also like the details around a particular cheat can like raise it in how horrible it is. But like the simple, it's also something that happens. Like it's also,
something that's happened forever, something that's very complicated, that has all these things that whatever. In our past episode, we talked about there was this whole TikTok argument about, are you a bad person if you know that somebody's cheating on their partner and you don't say it?
Yeah, if your
Like-
friend is cheating on their partner and you don't tell their partner.
And like, I feel like Gen Z, but again, it is like, I guess cheating and how they view it is again like, when we go into the main the framework of how Gen Z and like younger people, especially on the internet, especially in more progressive spaces, very much into policing, very much into canceling. You're wrong, this, that, it's the worst thing ever. Again, there's no nuance, there's no growth, there's no gray area. It's very black and white. So of course they're going to take this thing that, of course, when you get older and you see all the different complicated marriages and all the different complicated things, and someone's dick doesn't work for 2 years and someone this and someone that, then you can hear, you can understand cheating a little bit more. But these are young people who love to punish.
Maybe neither of them were cheating, but they are having a work affair and they're not supposed to, but it's consensual and they like each other and it's none of anybody's fucking business. And now you've blown that up. Like, what's the point of coming in and like, I just feel like.
What's content first? People second.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like people always talk about like the responsibility of your platform. Like this guy has no problem blasting somebody out to 3 million people. And the fact that it ended up being a cheating situation and one person's doing something wrong, okay, whatever. But it could have just as easily been 2 very regular people.
And Central Park, again, is like 50 blocks. Like, it's just a massive.
Yeah.
There's no way you think you're going to kiss somebody on a park bench and it's going to be published to 3 million people.
Yeah.
But again, that's why this guy's a grasshole, because everything is about content. When you have 3 million people and you're a nuisance influencer, what the fuck are you creating? What the fuck are you doing that's like exciting or whatever? All you can do is bug people, which is why very rarely am I ever going to be pro nuisance influencer.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So are we ready to say that Jay Guapo is the grasshole here?
Yes.
I think so, yes.
Okay. Then I will say Jay Guapo, for the crime of nuisance influencing, point blank period, using your platform of 3 million people to put 2 random people on blast who are just ultimately kissing in a park. Yeah, cheating was involved, but you didn't fucking know that when you walked up to them. So that's neither here nor there. Jay Guapo, go touch grass. And that's our episode.
Yeah. You know what? And guess what? Cheating's not illegal in America. Not with our president.
Not with this president. And it's not going to be.
And it's not going to be. Speaking of cheating, talk to us about where can we find you, Garrett? Where can we stream your album?
You can find me at Bad Boy Garrett across all platforms. Heavy Naturals comes out August 14th. EP release show same day at Nightclub 101.
Check it out.
Check it out.
It'll be very fun. And yeah, Fell Asleep's already out. So go give it a listen. Share that with anyone that wants to listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah. Cast the net wide.
Oh,
yeah.
Cast the net wide.
You never know who's going to like something.
Be in the funnel.
You're never going to know. A man on his own.
A man on his own.
A man on his own might listen.
Needs to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what? Having sex all the time isn't as great as possible. Sometimes you can have sex while doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, fall asleep while having sex. All these celibate people, they're like, oh man, I'm a loser. And it's like, no, you have so much sex, you fall asleep.
The grass is not always greener.
The grass is not always greener, but we want you to touch it.
Yeah.
Find us. Follow us at Go Touch Grass Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We're on there.
Yeah, we're on Twitter, and we are Go Touch Grass Pod.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Millie_Tamaras on Instagram and TikTok, and at Millie Tamaras on Twitter.
And you can find me at Pandalise on Instagram, at Elise Navidad on TikTok. And please get tickets to my play, Midsummer Night's Dreamier. It's August 7th, August 13th, and August 15th. So you could actually see my play go to Garrett's show,
Yeah.
see my play again.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Yes.
It could all happen.
It can all happen.
And until then, go touch grass.
Go Touch Grass is created and hosted by Elise Morales and Millie Tamares.
And our theme song is by Doug Wydick.